Do you like watch, I don't know, Bollywood movies and stuff?
Obviously, but only the greats like Bazigar, other stuff like that.
It's 2022, but when it comes to Bollywood movies, the encyclopedia of the rest of the world is still stuck in 1990s or in some cases 1970s. So here is my list of 10 Bollywood movies which released after the year 2000. If you are not Indian, these are must watch. If you are Indian, check out your favorite movies are on this list or not. On this list, I will mention the name of the movies in which the primary location is in India and showcases something about Indians or their culture that foreigners are unaware of. So movies like Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara will miss out in spite of being one of my favorite movies. Three friends who lost touch with each other go on a trip to Spain. Beautiful location, melodious songs, insightful poems, love, friendship, adventure, and epiphany makes this movie a cult. Watch it anyways. So let's start with my top 10s. Dil Chahta Hai. This is also a cult movie. The movie is responsible for overcrowding Goa, a place which is one of the favorite amongst Indians and foreigners alike. Also, this movie changed the way Bollywood movies were made thereafter, in terms of storytelling, costume design, method acting, cinematography and direction. This was a path-breaking movie. This movie follows the life of three close friends. They thought nothing can separate them, but life happens and each embarks on their three separate ways. We get to witness coming of age story of three people with three distinct personalities. Also their approach towards relationship. We get to see life of urban youth. Also put spotlight on quarter life crisis. Wake Up Sid. This is also a coming of age story of a spoiled brat of a rich businessman. The protagonist, Sid, takes the love and care of his parents for granted, has no sense of responsibility, he lives in a bubble, oblivion of real world. His life changes when he fails in his board exam and has a fallout with his father and leaves his house. He finds himself at the crossroad where he is unsure about love, life and work. He finds comfort in the company of a relatively stranger, Aisha. Aisha is new in the city and she herself is trying to find her footing. She is matured and responsible, whereas Sid is childish and reckless. Somehow both of them influence each other. This movie teaches us to go out of our comfort zone to understand ourselves. This is a very modern movie. Songs are in the background, doesn't stop the flow of the movie. Each character has a purpose. The director uses the whole city Mumbai as a canvas rather than limiting the story within confined walls. Touching upon new subject rather than following hit formula. For a change, a feel-good movie which is very rare in Bollywood movies. Go Goa Gone. This is another feel-good movie. As Indian, we understand witch, ghost and spirit. But zombie is not Indian enough. In spite of that, the makers have managed to make zombie comedy flick suitable for Indian audience. You don't need a brain to understand this movie. This movie is kind of a mixture of Shaun of the Dead and Pineapple Express. Two friends who are tired of their boring job tags along a good guy and goes to Goa for a quick escape. A questionable Russian gangster supplies some pills in a rave party which turns the consumers into zombies. It has action, senseless comedy and three catchy songs. The song Slowly is for party people. Khun Chusle resonates the emotion of Monday blues. And Babaji Ki Booty is well for those who know what Babaji Ki Booty is. Rock On. Four friends who are musicians fail to make it big as a band due to misunderstanding. Years later, they reconnect thanks to the lead singer's wife. Each member are at different phase of life, some still connected with music in some way and some are detached totally. Story is about how their paths cross and how they manage to forget their woes and embark on a journey they had left incomplete to give one last shot to fulfill their dream. Music has no language. There are some wonderful songs and all of them are different from each other. The movie celebrates nostalgia, music, friendship and dreams. Andhadhun. If you are a fan of a black comedy, this is perfect for you. Ayushmann Khurrana plays the role of Akash, a pianist pretending to be visually impaired. witnesses the murder of a former film actor by her wife, puts him in number of dangers. Tabu plays the role of the wife who is cunning, manipulating and dangerous woman. And it has many interesting characters like the doctor who does illegal medical practice, corrupt police officer and many more. It's witty, clever and full of twists. Bala, another movie of Ayushmann Khurrana. Bala is a young man suffering from premature balding and struggles to measure up to the social beauty standards. He wants to be a comedian but fails at it because he is uninspired. He is stuck at a job he hates. He lacks self-confidence and motivation. One day, his dad gifts him a wig. This changes his personality as he becomes confident, free-spirited and charming. He falls in love with a famous TikToker and decides to get married. Can he manage to hide his secret from this girl? The movie deals with insecurity complex and how we should embrace ourselves the way we are and do not judge ourselves by other standards. Stree. This movie is set in rural India. The plot is based on Indian folk legend about a witch who abducts men at night when they are alone and only leaves the clothes behind. To protect the residents from her, O Stree Come Tomorrow is written with bat's blood on the entrance of all homes, and men are advised to not roam alone after 10 p.m. during the festival season and move in groups for safety. Rajkumar Rao plays the role of Vicky, an immensely talented ladies tailor. Mysteriously encounters a woman who is played by Shraddha Kapoor, new in the town during the annual puja season, and falls in love with her at first sight. As more he gets involved with her, more he finds himself crossing paths with Stree. Therefore, it becomes his responsibility to get rid of Stree. This is a comedy horror movie with some genuinely jump scare moments. Dialogues are hilarious and well timed. Trio of Rajkumar Rao, Apar Shakti Khurrana and Abhishek Banerjee makes this a laughing riot. It has a social message too, to give respect to women. Kahani. Best movies with female lead is when the female characters are not trying to compete with men or trying to prove women can do everything. Vidya Balan has been part of few movies where she plays the lead character without highlighting the stereotypes. In this movie, Vidya Balan is Vidya Bagchi. A pregnant woman travels to Kolkata from London to search for her missing husband. She finds out her husband resembles Milan Damji, a rogue agent responsible for the poison gas attack at a metro station. No one helps her except Assistant Sub-Inspector Shaktoki Rana Sinha. Together they continue the search and finds out there is more than meets the eye. This is a mystery drama set in the beautiful city of Kolkata, which is getting ready for the Durga Puja festival. This is a Hollywood level flick you wouldn't want to miss. NH10. This is an action thriller with a woman in lead. While on a road trip, Meera and Arjun, a couple from city, stops at a roadside eatery and sees a gang of men rounding up young couple, beating them and dragging them into their vehicle. Meera and Arjun follow them and witness an honor killing. Since they are the eyewitness, the gangsters start pursuing the couple to eliminate them. The movie is mostly shot at night. You wouldn't know whom to trust or not. The setting in a desolate and peculiar village enhances the enigma of the story. Not a family-oriented movie in any way. Do Duni Char celebrates the great Indian middle class. This is an out-and-out family-oriented movie. The father is an honest man who works at two places to make a living. The mother is a housewife managing the household within a strict budget. The son is as shrewd as a fox. The daughter dreams of higher standard of living. Their different worlds clash, coexist and evolve. Yet the film's real beauty lies in simple ordinariness every step of the way. The film is about a middle-class school teacher who tries to keep his wife and children happy by trying to increase their social status by buying a car. Do Duni Char gives a befitting respect to the teaching community and makes you remember all those wonderful teachers who taught you some of the most important lessons of life. You can also check out my other movie lists, learn how to avoid watching crappy movies and series. There are other movies I like to talk about. For that, you have to like and share this video and subscribe.